Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's me again. It's Russell Mills, November 12th, 2020. Want to say hello. Just want to just say Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy, he just passed away. He was 80 years old. I didn't know his first name was George. His name was George Alexander Trebek. He was born on July 22nd, 1940. And of course, he just died on November 8th of 2020. He was a Canadian-American television personality and game show host. He was the host of the syndicated game show Jeopardy for 37 seasons, from its revival in 1984 until his death in 2020. He also hosted a number of other game shows, including The Wizard of Odds, Double Dare, High Rollers, Battle Stars, Classic Concentration, and Tell the Truth. Trebek also made appearances in numerous television series in which he usually played himself. Jeopardy is let me tell you something. That's a legendary show. I'm gonna see if I could play some highlights of it. But yeah, that was a legendary show. Well, all type of history questions and stuff like that makes you think about certain things, and it's like educates you. You know what I'm saying about things, which is great. Educating yourself is very important when it comes to, learning. Like we all have to learn. It says he was a native of Canada. It says Trebek became a naturalized United States citizen in 1998. It says he received the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Game Show Host 7 times for the work on Jeopardy. And this is, of course, on November 8th, 2020. It says Trebek died at age 80 after nearly 2 years of battle with cancer. He had been contracted to host Jeopardy until 2022. But, yeah, because he signed a contract, I believe it was in 2019 until 20, to do like 4 more years. But, again, like I said, I like that show. He was a legend on that show, legendary. It says, let's read a little bit more. Sister Trebek was born on Sudbury, Ontario, Canada on July 22nd, 1940. The son of George Edward Trebek, a chef who has immigrated from Ukraine as a child, and Lucille Legace, born April 14, 1921, of Franco, Ontario. He grew up in a bilingual French-English household. Since Trebek's first job was when he was 13. He was a bellhop at the hotel where his father worked as a chef. Trebek attended Sudbury High School, now Sudbury Secondary School, and then attended the University of Ottawa. Says Trebek graduated from the University of Ottawa with a degree in philosophy. In 1961. Says while a university student, he was a member of the English Debating Society. At the time, he was interested in career in broadcast news. So yeah, again, he was a legend, man. Like I said, I liked watching that show. This is before completing his degree. This is Trebek began his career in 1961 working for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. According to Trebek, I went to school in the mornings and worked at nights. I did everything at one time, replacing every announcer in every possible job. He would eventually read CBC Nation Radio News and cover a wide spread of special events at CBC Radio and CBC Television, including curling and horse racing. Trebek's first hosting job was on a Canadian music program called Music Hop in 1963. In 1966, he hosted a high school quiz show called Reach for the Top. From 1967 to 1970, he was a host for the CBC, introducing classical music programs, including performances by Glenn Gould. For 1 or 2 seasons, he hosted a weekly skating program. Starting in the spring of 1969, Trebek also hosted Strategy, a weekday afternoon game show. From 1971 until 1972, Trebek hosted I'm Here Till 9, the local morning drive radio show on CBC Toronto. Since in 1971, Trebek was one of the several that have been shortlisted to succeed Ward Cornell as the Hockey Knight in Canada. This is although Trebek was preferred choice of the executive producer Ralph Mellanby based on his audition and other CBC roles. Mellanby stated in 2020 that he ultimately chose Dave Hodges instead because his boss do not want someone with a mustache to host Hockey Night. But yeah, let's just say I'm just gonna go down. I'm not gonna read all this. Okay. This is after High Rollers was canceled in 1980. Trebek moved on to Battlestars for NBC. The series debuted in October 1981, was canceled in April 1982 after only 6 months on the air. Since in September of 1981, Trebek took his helm on the syndicated Pitfall, which taped in Vancouver, forced him to commute as he had done while hosting High Rollers and 128,000 Questions in 1978. Since Pitfalls was canceled after its production company, Catalina Productions, went bankrupt. As a result, he was never paid for the series after both Heater, for whom he had worked hosting High Rollers and Battlestar, and Merv Griffin, the Heater pilot, where Malcolm and NBC ordered pilot featuring Trebek with animated characters as his co-host in Lucky Numbers, an attempt to revival of High Rollers that failed to sell. Says for Griffin, he shot 2 pilots for Revival Jeopardy when original host Art Fleming, a friend of Trebek's, declined to return the owning to creative differences. The Revival sold Trebek began hosting in 1984 and remained the host until his death. This is his final episode hosting Jeopardy will be aired on Christmas Day of 2020. So that's, also Trebek, he made multiple guest appearances on other television shows, from Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2008 and 2011 to the Covert Report series final, August 1995, and returned to his broadcasting news route. Trebek filled in for Charles Gibson for a week on Good Morning America. Trebek was a guest star on the season 3 of the X-Files, playing one of the 2 Men in Black human agents charged with supervision of extraterrestrials. So what else? What else is there? Says personal life. Just Trebek was married to Ellen Callery or whatever in 1974. Couple had no children, although Trebek adopted Kelly's daughter, Nikki. They divorced in 1981. In 1990, he married Jean Caravan, a real estate project manager from New York. They have 2 children, Matthew and Emily. So, and he says, what's this? On March 6, 2019, Trebek announced that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So yeah, that was crazy, man. So he's been in television a long time, done a little acting. You know what I'm saying? Let's just try to find. Just want to go. I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah. Hold on 1 second. Jeopardy. Yeah, man, this is So yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I said, trying to get some videos out here, so sorry if it's taking too long. I'm trying to see if I can play you guys something, but okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, but yeah, again, like I said, he lived a good life, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but just the fact that this man, you know what I mean, lived to be 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing wrong with that. So that's why I tell people, man, just be blessed every day. You know what I'm saying? And be thankful every day that I just want to see this.
An advertising copywriter originally from Miami, Florida, Frank Sullivan. A freelance copywriter originally from Plainview, New York, Lois Feinstein. And an energy demonstrator from Waverly, Ohio, Greg Hopkins. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of all of us, welcome to America's favorite answer and question game, Jeopardy. You know how we play it. We provide the categories and the answers, and it's then up to our contestants to give us the right questions. Players, as you know, anytime you recognize an answer, you're free to ring in. However, I do want to caution you about the Jeopardy. If you are wrong, the value of the answer will be deducted from your score. But to help you add to your winnings, we have hidden somewhere on the board a daily double. If you're lucky enough to uncover that, then you'll have a chance to double any or all of your winnings up to that point in the round. And it's very important that you try to win as much money as possible, because only the player with the most cash at the end of the day will wind up keeping his or her winnings. If you're all set to begin, pick up your signaling buttons, but do not ring in until the answer is fully exposed. If you're ready, then let us play Jeopardy! And this time, as I indicated, with answers ranging in value from $100 to $500, here are the 6 categories you're going to be dealing with in this first round.
So, stuff like that. That's what, you know, obviously that's an old clip of this. But, yeah. It's this right over here. I'm going to show this.
As Jeopardy fans around the world learn of the heartbreaking death of legendary host Alex Trebek, many are taking to social media to share their favorite moments from the show. After manning the helm for a mind-blowing 37 seasons and 8,200 episodes, Trebek gave us plenty of memories and moments to choose from. But it's one of the last Jeopardy episodes to air that has us tearing up.
Let's go to work.
On November 5th, 2020, the iconic game show aired as usual, but the post-game chat is when things got emotional. Winner Bert Thacker, who earned $20,400 to become the newest champion, was asked by Trebek if he had any family members back home cheering him on.
You know, here's a true story, man. I learned English because of you. My grandfather, who raised me, I'm going to get tears right now. I used to sit on his lap and watch you every day.
As the camera panned back to Trebek, he looked almost stunned at the admission, and his impact on his audience, young and old, was evident.
So, it's a pretty special moment for me. Thank you very much.
As many touching moments as Alex Trebek left us with, there are plenty of hilarious moments to remember too. The Jeopardy host was known for his dry and witty humor, and in one October 2016 episode, he really brought it out. In the episode, contestant Susan Cole explains her love of nerdcore hip-hop, a genre of music that sprung up at the turn of the millennium thanks to artists like MC Frontalot and MC Chris. It's a style Trebek admits he's never heard of, and he even says it, quote, doesn't sound like fun. But Cole is undeterred.
It's people who identify as nerdy, rapping about the things they love, video games, science fiction, having a hard time meeting romantic partners.
Trebek, taking it all in, finally responds with a devastating assessment.
Losers, in other words.
Alex Trebek also knew how to use a joke to support the show's contestants. In 2005, as the show was taping its Tournament of Champions, tensions were reportedly high. Competitors Ken Jennings, Brad Rutter, and...
So that's basically it. So I'm going to say rest in peace to Alex Trebek and his family. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel. My name is Russell Mills. It's RussellMills, May 22nd, 2017. My first video is Why Black People Settle for Less. Everybody take care. Peace.